Hassan Kadem has to examine the map carefully in order to find his little home village of Gürkaynak in southeastern Turkey.
Here. Malatya.
It's been nearly 50 years since he and his wife Janet left there and came to Berlin as guest workers. Originally, they wanted to return home after a couple of years. The politicians weren't concerned about us. No one talked about the need to integrate people because they've been here for so long. We only heard about integration for the first time 10 years ago, or maybe 15. And then they ask, why haven't people integrated? The Kadems found their way, even without government support. The key for them was learning the German language. Janet Kadem learned German after work with the help of a radio program. But she also thinks it's absurd when some people compare the guest workers of that era to the war refugees of today. We were happy to earn a bit of money. We could care for our children and have a better way of life. And it just continued that way. If not, then we could have just gone back home, but not the refugees. Nearly 1 million Turkish guest workers arrived in Germany in the 1960s and 70s. Many of them were later joined by their families and stayed, even though at first there were few opportunities. And one opportunity next to paid work is education, according to Serhat Kayakayali. He's researching the topic of immigration. His father also came to Germany as a guest worker, and his mother was a teacher. They encouraged their son, as well as the Turkish women they knew. It was often women who were illiterate themselves. She started holding the first sewing courses with them. And as a next step, she taught them to read and write. That was the way to make it clear to them that education is important. All of Janet Kadem's 5 children went to university. She hopes that today's refugees have it easier than the guest workers did back then. Politicians really have to take care of them. But the refugees themselves also really have to try. If people don't try, then no one can force them to integrate. It has to be both sides. They say it's taken them nearly 2 decades to really feel at home in Germany. It could have gone more quickly with a little bit of help.